advancing. So spawning in the bottom right position of this map is going to be our wonderful little orange Protoss player coming in for team MVP. He's been used one of the 3 seasonal revives to bring him back. It is Tails. And his opponent, who has already defeated him once before in brutal Mortal Kombat, is our red Terran player. It is Millenium's Dayshi, who's currently 3-0 in this match. I made a joke earlier about in game number 1 how Billowy might have to play the best of 9 as himself. And then I realized that Dayshi has actually been doing that for quite a while. He actually all-killed Quantic Gaming when Millenium played against them last. And Dayshi just seems to be on fire lately. In fact, I want to see this guy at like DreamHack. I can't wait. This guy's so good. He's really been just slamming, mamma jamming left and right. He's going to go for a command center first this game. Pretty standard. Tails, well, he's going to open up with a Nexus. I mean, a gateway. I tried to say 5 things at once. Instead, I only got like 2 of them. Double gas. Pretty standard. And there's that command center starting for Dayshi. So, nothing unusual to be seen here yet. Yeah. Gateway's gonna wrap up. He's only got 2 probes for gas, so he's not gonna be doing anything like a fast Stargate, basically. And it's just kind of a slow period in the game where the players just kind of macro up, build their forces together, and we get ready to move into the real setup, I guess, is probably the best way to kind of do this. So we are just kind of looking through this. I'm a little bit distracted here, just trying to make sure everything's set up properly. For anyone that was looking for more statistics, though, Millenium is, keep in mind, in 3rd place. This, well, I guess they're in 2nd place, right? So they're very close to MVP in terms of overall score, and I feel like Dayshi is kind of putting the team on his back in a lot of these recent matches. Tails, though, he's going to go for the fast Mothership Core expand. And this is pretty much one of the most popular builds for Protoss versus Terran. You get the fast Mothership Core, which gives you defense, and then you just macro like crazy. Tails, though, if you guys recall the game that he played, I believe Tails just played him on, what was it? Daybreak. And it was a pretty one-sided, no, it wasn't Daybreak, it was like Neoplanet S. And he just couldn't stand up to another build that we played on Neoplanet S. I suddenly can't remember any of the maps for no reason at all. But I like this Mothership Core micro. I almost just want to stand on this. Tails is just kind of dancing that thing around like crazy. Bunker goes up for Dayshi. He's playing this very normally. He's going to go into 3 racks, get the 2 refineries set up. And I mean, as far as things that we're going to see in terms of gameplay, Dayshi's not doing anything unusual at all. This is a style that is very easily punished by something like the fast 3rd Nexus. No, Tails played him on Cloud Kingdom, excuse me. That just hit me. But that's what I mean. You know, he could go for something like that fast 3rd base again. He's actually going to open up with cannons in his mineral lines. He could be anticipating. That SCV got some drag, man. But he could be anticipating something like fast Widow Mines, which is nice because Tails has now invested a lot of early resources. You got the fast forge, you got 2 cannons. That's so many minerals invested into early defense when he was going to go robo anyway. So Dayshi, without doing anything at all, he's literally done nothing this game, has bought himself a free advantage by being Terran. Because the Protoss player just cannot afford to really take a risk. So, a risk of not preparing for the Hellbats. And while Dayshi does have these Marines at the tower, he could be waiting for something like the Stalker to try to run by, pick that off. The Mothership Core will have enough energy to defend with Potion Overcharge, but Dayshi could go into that mass aggro at pretty much any point. There's not really too much stopping him from kind of just doing whatever. Yeah. Sentry, laser beaming down those bricks. I like that instead of unbuildable plates, they've actually just given them names like bricks. A couple gateways being added on though. Tails, he's moving up to 4 gateways. Not unusual. 6 gateways is as much as you can support on 2 bases, so the fact that he only has 4 could be a sign that he wants to do something else. And it's going to be a warp prism. So Tails is going to go for very fast 2-base aggression. These sentries could get put into that warp prism, be sent around. You can force field the ramp. You can force field the SCVs into the mineral line so that the sentries and the stalkers can get in that DPS. But Dayshi's going to go double engineering bay and go up to 5 racks. Dayshi is playing this for the late game, guys. He is not pulling any punches. And I feel like the style that Tails is playing is so absurdly defensive. Going for the Colossus tech, which is, very slow, immobile, and... Well, I guess what I should say is it's not as upgrade friendly. Twilight Council coming in, and this is weird because we see the Protoss player is on that single forge. By the time his +1 attack is done, 1/1 will be done for Dayshi, and he'll be able to move into his 2/2 pretty quickly. And both players could actually end up being even if Tails plays 1 forge. Observer's going to check. Actually, Phoenix is going to check for that 3rd base. Nothing just yet. The Marines are actually kind of caught onto that, but they're not going to be able to do anything. He wants to know about the 3rd. He's still not literally scouting anything at all. Tails really hates scouting, I think, is what I'm starting to learn. He doesn't care as much. He's been playing this very safe opening, and now he sees, oh, you're playing regular bio. And does he actually spot that double forge? That's so important. He only saw 1 of the engineering bays. Very, very important. Now, 4 Zealots are here for Tails. He can go for a big attack if he wants to. Scan drops. He wants to see the tech. He knows. He doesn't necessarily know about the Colossus, though, which is important. The Phoenix is going to go around. He's going to actually hallucinate another one to scout. And she might actually be able to see this 3rd base moving out, but the Marine trying to do its best to actually take the Phoenix. I like this play, though. The War Prism sits here forever, and as soon as he sees that Dayshi's moving out or trying to take the 3rd, he can drop the main base and really just pull the army's positioning around. He wants to just mess with him as much as he can. We do not actually have an armory yet, though, which is pretty significant because it means there's no Hellbats yet, and his +2 attack is actually going to be quite delayed. So... And that's if you look at this, though, the +1 attack's going to finish up. He has the Twilight. He can go for fast. He's actually going to have +2 armor starting immediately. So this is actually going to put Dayshi barely behind in upgrades just because. But now he has a lot of units. He could go for a big push here. I think there's too many force fields available, though. Tails should be able to win a straight-up fight pretty easily, unless Dayshi gets a good spread. He's going to scan, he sees his observer. If he picks that off, that'll be nice. But Tails already knows what is here. He just needs to chill by his Nexus, keep the Photon Overcharge available. He has 2 Colossi now, so the bio won't be able to just completely bum rush into it. And with good force fields, he can just lock those units in, use the Photon Overcharge, and just kill this off. Dayshi, I think as a 3-base Terran, you cannot try to just kill a Protoss on 2 base like this. And this is the perfect opportunity for Tails to utilize this drop. And there we go. Charge lots being dropped into that base. But Dayshi's going to try to push in here. And these force fields are just doing so much work, though. Once they wear off, he might be able to do something. He actually used double time warp. There's going to be no Photon Overcharge available. There's actually nothing here to buffer for the Colossi. Dayshi going ham here. His units are coming out of the gate with barracks are being killed off. But if he can get on top of these Colossi, he might actually be able to just push in right now as the 3rd Colossus is about to finish. The probes are being pulled. Dayshi, he needs to take these Colossi out. He cannot waste his time on the probes. 1 Colossus is down. The 2nd one immediately sniped off. There is a 3rd Colossus here. The Vikings can deal with that, but Dayshi needs to keep his bio secure. The Marauders taking as much as they can. He's really trying to deal with this in the most effective way possible. If this Colossus goes down, that is going to be crippling amounts of damage done by Dayshi. He lost a lot of SCVs in his main base, but Tails has not actually done the amount of damage he needed to, and he's still on 2 bases. I don't know if Tails can actually recover from that amount of damage taken because while he's going to have this Colossus come out, he's already lost 3 of them. He doesn't have the... Okay, he's going to start Storm, but that's going to be so late. He doesn't have that 3rd base economy to actually support a tech switch. He's got to start his +2 attack after this +2 armor finishes, but Dayshi is looking absolutely fantastic. I feel like if he goes for another push, he's going to be able to just win the game straight up. A lot of his bio is weak, though. He'll need to make sure that he heals it up. A lot of Terran players. We actually saw earlier Dayshi lost a bit of an unnecessarily high number of units just because of really how much he overextended. But Dayshi's been smartly mixing in these Hellbats, so there's no easy way out for Tails. He has a lot of charge lots, but guess what? Hellbats don't care, man. They're like honey badgers. They don't have any dams to give about them. And the third base is going to start, but there's a Widow Mine here for Dayshi. It actually barely doesn't block that Nexus positioning. It will kill off the probe that did start the Nexus, so Dayshi knows. This little Widow Mine sees all. But the two Colossi are here. He has enough energy for an overcharge. He's got a couple of Templars. He's got Storm coming in. And Tails, this is what we call, he's got the paper. He's got the glass cannon build. He has, right now, a lot of high DPS units. He's got the Templar. He's got the Colossi with the area of effect. I guess I should say area of effect, not DPS. But he doesn't have too much meat behind his army. Dayshi has a lot more on the field than him. And right now, what Tails is relying on, Time Warp plus Storm and the Colossi. If he can get that perfect engagement with the Time Warp, he could actually take care of this. But now he's going to come in here. The spread going up for Dayshi, and the Storms, they're not close enough to actually land on these units. These Storms are actually not getting anywhere near as much damage done as he'd like. Dayshi plowing through his Protoss army. The Colossi going to all die out of these Vikings, and that's everything for Tails. He only has our few Stalkers left in that natural expansion, and I don't think there's gonna be anything that he can do about this. There's so much here for Dayshi, up 161 supply. Another Korean player gonna go down, and we already saw Dayshi beat Tails once, and now he's showing again. He's like, man, you really send this out again? I already, I like playing with my food, but I already ate this steak once, man. Tails is just, he's been getting a bit stale. And he has the 4th command center up. He has a lot of barracks production set up. He's gearing into that +3 attack. He has the +2 armor as well. And Dayshi right now is looking unstoppable. He's going to take out this pylon. Tails, he's going to set himself up for the last stand. These Stalkers going to get caught out of position. The Marauders tagging in with the concussive shells. And that's it. There's just a bunch of Zealots. He has 1 Templar and 1 Colossus. And Dayshi has, well, pretty much everything. The fact that he's not attacking almost makes me feel like he's he's being overly cautious. Boosts all of his medevacs for no reason. He's moving them around. And here we go. Tails is going to try to do that. This is the time for Dayshi to attack. He's just going to probably just move everything into this. The Storm is now just available. And that's only reason that he's going to be able to even use this Storm, if he does, is Dayshi pretty much just not attacking him and trying to go for the win. Tails is going to try to retake this base. The Zealot tanks the Widowmine shot. But Tails changes his mind. He's realizing, I actually cannot do anything right now. And we actually see Dayshi dancing his units as he prepares to move in here, and here he goes. There's a lot of Templar, though, with Storms. This is exactly what he needs. But this Ghost is going to move in. Oop, is he going to get the EMP? Oh, just take out one of the Storms. There is, I think there's Storms left. Yeah, there's a single Storm on the field. There it goes. And now Dayshi's just going to plow in the charge lots, running into these Hellbats. And, well, we know how that ends. There's just so much here for Dayshi. There's no way that Tails could possibly hold on. Dropping the scan. Checking for DTs, checking for the everything, and he is going to waltz on his way to winning this game. Dayshi going ham. Nice play here. Our Terran player kind of bringing things, well, he's up 4-0 now. Really nice play from Dayshi. I don't know what else to say. He's just been wrecking face this entire match. And I know I don't seem like I'm terribly excited, but that's just because I don't even know. I feel like I'm just watching one guy with a baseball bat in a room full of Justin Bieber fans, and he's just going crazy. I don't know. This is brutal to watch. I'm gonna update the score. Currently, Millenium is up 4-0. I don't think anyone can stop him. I think Dayshi's gonna get the all kill here. I don't know who they're gonna send in to be the final player for MVP, but it sure as hell better be someone that's made of a stronger material than what they've been sending out so far. Game number 5 of the Acer TeamStory Cup Millenium versus MVP is coming up very soon, guys. Terran versus something. Be here.